Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US penny stock highlights on Friday, the 28th of August. Starting off with BBQ Holdings, where we've got this good-looking bull flag here above previous June resistance and also above the 200-day moving average around the $3.50 level. The view at this stage is while we're above this week's support around $4.15. We're looking for further upside up to the top of that rising trend channel from December at $6.50 plus over the next few weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks, something like that. If you're cautious on the stock, maybe wait for an end of day close through the $5 level, as that's above the previous recent closes. On to a stock which is a new face to the penny stocks highlights, Endo International. Here we've got what looks like a falling wedge recovery, probably looking for an end of day close through $3.15 to open up the prospect of a top of March triangle target over $5. That could be hit as soon as the end of the next month. If you want to wait and just see how the situation develops, you could wait for an end of day close through the 50-day line at $3.34 rather than the 320 area, but looks as though we've bounced off the wedge and are ready to head higher. On to one of today's stronger risers, which is just coming up now, FTS International. Here we've got quite a nice little setup. It's always good when the risk reward is relatively tight, and actually this situation is noteworthy for a couple of reasons. One is that it's a bear trap, but only a one-day bear trap, and even during that day we had green candles, so the price action really pushed up sharply on that day, so the bear trap really was a false move, and since then we've broken that line of resistance from June. That's currently running at $4.30, and while we're above that on an end of day close basis, looking for much higher prices, probably towards that $11 area, which is the 200-day moving average, over the course of the next few weeks. But the way things are going at the moment, it looks like it might even be the next few days. So a very strong looking move indeed after that brilliant bear trap, one-day bear trap, which was a brilliant signal rather on that stock. Next situation is Fortress Biotech. Here we've had a slow grind higher over recent weeks and months. And the view here is that we're in a wide rising trend channel from the beginning of last year. That was January 2019. And over the next maybe couple of months, we should hit the top of the January 2019 price channel through the $5.50 area. At this stage, probably the stop loss on the bull argument back. The tightest is really back below $3.40, which is just below recent August or initial August resistance for the shares. New stock now is here in the form of Jain Group, and here we've got a nice little triangle breakout for the stock. We had that sort of rounded source of bottom move before the massive spike to the upside, and obviously take a while for the wreckage to be cleared from that particular spike and pullback, but at least currently we're nicely placed just below after a break of that resistance line from June. We're nice at around the $3.07 level. We've got a nice little consolidation here, bull flag breakout, and end of day or end of week close above the 50-day moving average at $3.75 should be enough to eventually take the shares up to the top of that broadening triangle from June, as high as $7.25, hopefully over the next 4 to 6 weeks. Onto a stock which I have covered before, but it's back again in a better way. I think Medallion Financial, here we bounced off the floor of this rising trend channel. All we're looking for now really is an end of day close above the 50-day moving average at $2.97. If we get that today or next week, we could then start the process which sees us head towards not only the 200-day moving average around $4.25, but the top of the rising trend channel from March as high as $4.40 plus. Nice new stock that I found today. One of the risers today is Rayonier Advanced Materials. Here we've got a nice bounce off the 50-day moving average and that uptrend line from April at $2.95. So above that on an end of day close basis, looking for the February resistance line projection, currently pointing at $4.50, and that could be seen as soon as the end of next month. But the good thing about this, really, the good risk reward and the way that the volatility slowed down ahead of today's spike, which is what you tend to see in the best or in decent bull situations. On to another stock which has prospects from a technical perspective. SEACOR Marine Holdings, again, a sort of bottom of the range rebound, bouncing off the that uptrend line from June, bouncing off the 50-day moving average as well. If you're cautious, you wait for an end-of-day close above that resistance line from June, running at $3.16. But aggressive traders probably in the game already with a stop loss sub 260 on an end-of-day close basis, and looking for the top of that rising trend channel from April as high as $6, which is also the area of the 200-day moving average. Just a couple of situations to go. I think both I've covered recently, which is normally good news. Riot blockchain, the first contender. Here, rising trend channel after peaking out through $4.50. So far, support coming in above $3, so above $3 on an end-of-day close basis, which is roughly where the 50-day moving average is now, heading towards $4.50. Hopefully in the short term, i.e. the next week or two. Big picture target, if we can close above 450, would be up to the $6 mark, which is a projection, resistance line projection from August last year. But August last year, but we are obviously at early days yet. But above $3 looking good for Riot blockchain. Last stock of the day is probably the best stock of the day in some ways, because I think I covered it yesterday. VivoPower International, powering away at the moment. We've had various targets actually. The first was the break of this resistance line there, basic neckline resistance from the end of 2018, around the $3.10 level. Opened up the prospect of that red resistance line projection from 2017 up to $5.60 plus. And now, while we're above the red line, let's call it $5.70, we could hit that hopefully final resistance line projection in the near term anyway from 2017, currently pointing as high as $10. So above the $5.60 area, possibility of $10 over the near term. That's it from me today. More updates next week.